Imagine this for a moment. A 14-year-old boy standing with his mother at the end of a church sermon in their hometown. The room is filled with prayerful murmurs of longtime friends. A traveling evangelist signals the boy to the front, his gaze intense. The boy steps forward as the room falls silent, as if suddenly in trance. The evangelist, his voice resonating, shares a divine revelation. He speaks about a time when he was a seer psychic, when spiritual experiences were regular. Although in his words he was getting away from all that in these days, today he shares a unique vision from God. Everyone's attention is set on the boy as the evangelist introduces him, saying, "This is my friend, and I'm going to tell you some things God showed me about him today." The room is captivated. He likens the boy to the Apostle Peter, who was symbolically given keys to the kingdom of heaven by Jesus in Scripture, and speaks of future trials, challenges, and adversities. But the boy, he assures them, would one day come forth with more power than they'd ever seen in their lives, a piece of God's grand design. The evangelist from Alexandria, Louisiana, presents a boy destined for greatness. As he concludes, the congregation into fervent prayer. Amidst the spiritual chaos, the evangelist in the boy's ear, "Do you know what God just told me?" Saying emphatically, "He said you aren't just like another Apostle Peter, you are Peter." And then again with an odd conviction, "You are Peter." The prophecy left the boy with a flurry of questions. His mind was a vortex of thoughts spinning with the intensity of the evangelist's words that eventually took him to another Alexandria in another era. Before its library burned, an Egyptian thought was almost completely buried by the sands of time. He found himself questioning his existence, standing on the edge of existential riddle in the many years to come. The idea of reincarnation was an unfamiliar concept, conflicting with traditional beliefs, but renewed and sparked interest when the church of nothing but offering plates and guilt trips was boring him. A new world of possibilities had been opened to him, his church's beliefs tested. The idea of souls returning to the world to accomplish unfinished tasks excited him. Could he be a reincarnation of the Apostle Peter, as suggested by the evangelist? He knew there must be a more realistic explanation. Was he here for a divine mission? He felt like a vessel in a tempest, by waves of doubt. Despite the turmoil in his mind, one fact stood out. He was embarking on an extraordinary expedition that was rising above the small minds who'd buried truth and burned libraries throughout the ages. An adventure with enigma, suspense, and the prospect of a fate beyond his wildest dreams. The boy was left with more questions than answers, but little did he know, the answers would come in due time. Fast forward to the future, the prophecy's meaning begins to unravel. Our protagonist, now an adult, finds himself in a world that is as enigmatic as it is captivating. His extraordinary life is studded with events defying reality. These profound experiences begin to illuminate the cryptic prophecy he once heard. He remembers a surreal day when a spacecraft visited him, an encounter that felt too real to be a dream. It was an invite to a world beyond his own, where the spiritual connects with the physical. The unseen winds stirred, uncovering for the boy, now a man, what was buried long ago beneath the rubble left by warmongers and in his own past. Back when he'd discovered the emerald dice, an artifact of ordinary appearance but of extraordinary importance. This symbol of chance and probability seemed to reflect his life's journey, the unpredicted life events, trials, all directing him towards his destiny. Finding the dice was a poetic precursor for the prophecy set to occur years later. "God doesn't play with dice," a quote from the illumined mind of Einstein, echoes in his mind as he still maneuvers through life, and the prophecy continues to unfold. He isn't just an observer, he is an active player in this cosmic drama of adversity and triumphs. His life, a testament to the prophecies of seers and psychics in biblical and more recent times, is unfolding in ways unimaginable. Subscribe for the next chapter to discover the meaning of these mystical experiences and the many more that followed them.